today's discussion is pharyngeal arch arteries. So as we know that there are six pharyngeal arches. Yes, there are six pharyngeal arches. And so when we discuss the table about the pharyngeal arches and structures developing from them, and we also discuss about the arterial supply in the third column. I recall the photograph which I had shown you some time back. So we discussed about the pharyngeal arches, the structures developing from them, that they are deriving from them, and we also saw the blood supply. We also saw the nerve supply. Now in blood supply, you might have heard, we had discussed about, if you can recall, we had discussed about the maxillary artery. Okay, the artery of the first arch. Okay, second arch is stapedial artery. These arteries develop from the those arches. Now we will extensively in detail we will see what all is developing. Okay, so for that, we what do we need is that we need to distinguish between the two things. One is, first we should clarify the main, the adult. See, this is the embryonic, what I'm going to draw here, and this is about adult. Okay, so if you see, in adult you see that there's a heart. Okay, this is the view what you are observing in a person who is standing in front of you, facing you. म्हणजे माणूस असा उभा आहे आणि तो तुमच्याकडे पाहते, तुम्ही त्याच्याकडे पाहता. तर त्याच्यामध्ये you will see that your right is his left. Oh, I'm sorry. Your right is his left and your left is his right if he's facing you. So his apex of this heart will be on your right side, that is his left side. Then you have the arch of aorta. This, see, these are the four chambers, and from this from the left ventricle you will have the arch of aorta going like this behind. Yes or no? And then getting into descending arch of aorta. Now you will have three branches, the main branches, as you know, this way. Agreed? So this is the left subclavian, this is the left common carotid, and this is the brachiocephalic, which further divides into the right subclavian and the right common carotid artery. Getting my point? Huh? So wait, I will write this adult in another color. Okay, adult. So this is the structure which you have to remember. Now, once you can understand this, if you recall this and if you remember this and correlate this diagram, it will be easy for you to understand what are pharyngeal arteries, pharyngeal arch arteries, and how they develop. Okay, is it okay? I will save this to the diagram. I will save this diagram. Now, if you see, I will clear the screen. Okay. Now we will go to the pharyngeal arch arteries. Now, if you recall that diagram, I will draw it in yellow color. Okay. If you recall that diagram, you had drawn these pharyngeal arches like this. Do you recall them like this, like this, like this? So the fifth one got the fifth arch. The fifth arch, it fifth one got, what you can say, it got depressed, or rather you can say it was rudimentary. It became rudimentary. Okay, rudimentary. So this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, and this is sixth. Fifth arch got rudimentary. Fifth arch got rudimentary. So on the either side you are having these 1 to 6 arches. Each arch is having its own artery. Okay, pharyngeal arteries. Those arteries develop. Now as we saw, now I will draw one diagram by the help of which you will understand. So in the embryonic stage, what happens is that in the embryonic stage, these arteries are having different names. Different name means what? Today you have one aorta in your body, but initially, embryonically, when it is developing, I will write here in the corner. Embryonically, when it is developing in the embryo, there are two aorta. One gets regressed, and other develops. Now, what all structures get regressed and what all develop, this you will see. So, if you see this, what I will do, I will use blue color. Okay, or otherwise I will use yellow color. Wait. So this was the structure. This is about, suppose this is your heart. Okay, I'm sorry. So if, just a second. Yeah, if this is the heart here, like this. Okay, so from here there are two ventral aorta. Okay, ventral aorta like this. There are two ventral aorta and two dorsal aorta, and there are, I will draw it as a diagrammatic diagram. Okay, I will draw it as a diagrammatic diagram, and like this, these are the two dorsal aorta, left side and right side. Now this is the diagram that you are looking a person who is facing you, like this. So what will happen? This is the right. Okay, and this is the left. Now there are six arches to six arteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Like this, you have these six arteries. So this is ventral aorta. It's not writing here. Wait. I will label it on the outside. Okay. So this is, or I will write in short form. This is ventral aorta. Okay. This is also ventral aorta. So this is of the left side and this is of the right side. This is dorsal aorta of the right side, dorsal aorta of the left side. Understood? Now if you see what will happen in the course of development, now I will write the numbers. I will write them in black color. This is one, first arch, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay. Almost the regression is same on both the sides, but there is certain difference. Now what happens is that actually this diagram is a bit incomplete. If you see that these two dorsal aorta, can you see this dorsal aorta of the right and left? They are coming like this. See, I will draw one diagram here. I will draw it in green color. See, this is the ventral aorta coming to the heart like this. This is the dorsal aorta going outside this way, and these are your pharyngeal arteries, arch arteries. What happens? These two come like this and join like this, and these two form one aorta, common fused dorsal aorta. See, this is of the right side, this is of the left side. This is dorsal aorta, okay, and this is also dorsal aorta. So what they do, they come like this and they fuse and flow as a fused dorsal aorta, fused dorsal aorta, FDA, fused dorsal aorta. So what happens in the normal heart? What is happening? I will show you the direction in red color. This blood is pumped out into the ventral aorta. It passes from these pharyngeal arch arteries into the dorsal aorta, and then from the right and left dorsal aorta, it goes into the fused dorsal aorta, and this way the circulation is happening in the embryo rather than in the fetus, you can say. Okay, fetal circulation is another topic. Embryonically this is like this, or it is like this. Okay, now here what will happen is that, see to this main diagram, bigger diagram, what will happen over a period of time, these arteries regress. Okay, what I will do, the regressed ones I will show in green color. Is it okay? This first arch artery, it regresses on both the side. Second also regresses. Okay, second also regresses, and fifth regresses. Why this happened? How this happens? This is natural selection. And the leftover arteries, that is 3, 4, and 6, they form some important art structures. Now this ventral aorta. Now what is happening? See, this way, this artery, like this. The fourth arch of the right side, that is of the right side. This fourth arch is forming the right subclavian. It is forming the right subclavian like this. Okay, and on the left, on the right side, this third arch is forming like this. See, this is the pattern which remains. Are you understanding? This is the pattern which remains. Rest all regresses. Rest all regresses. So if you see that, and this is a new branch. Okay. Now, this is the right subclavian artery. This is internal carotid artery. Same on the other side. Okay. This is the external carotid artery. And this, what you can see, I am putting it in red. Can you see this? This segment is nothing but the common carotid artery of the right side. Are you able to make it? Common carotid of the right side. Rest all regresses. Rest all regresses. Now coming to the left side. Same here also, this persists as the, now see, this is the common carotid. I mean, wait, I will tell you. Now this is the third arch. This is the third arch. So here you have the common carotid and this. And this is what develops into the arch of aorta. If you see, this is the third arch over here. This is the fourth arch over here. So I'm using the red color again. This is what? This is the common carotid artery of the left side. Are you understanding? This is internal carotid artery of the left side, and this is the external carotid artery, which is a developing arch. I mean, which develops from this. Okay, it is not a derivative of any arch. External carotid artery is not a derivative of any arch, pharyngeal arch artery. It is not a derivative. It is a growing bud, new bud which grows from this fourth arch. I mean, from this developing common carotid artery. Okay. So now what you understand till now, I have told you that this is the right subclavian and this way. Now right subclavian will, like this, it will go and form, I mean this way. And the lower part, it gets regressed. This lower part till this common, if you see in this smaller diagram, I'm using the yellow color in this smaller diagram. See, this became the subclavian like this, the fourth arch, and then this later part, now I'm using the black color, this later part regresses till here, till they fuse, the right and left sided dorsal arch of aorta, dorsal aorta fuse, udhar tak ye regress ho jata hai. Understood in this small diagram? Now coming to the big diagram again. Now as I told you that this is the arch of the aorta which has developed. Okay. So arch of aorta, here there is a seventh intersegmental artery. Here there is a seventh intersegmental artery. This forms the, this is there on the other side also. Right side may be intersegmental artery rehta hai, artery, intersegmental artery number 7. So left side may be hai, or left side may this intersegmental artery, it forms the left sided subclavian vein. Okay. This left sided segmental intersegmental artery forms the left sided subclavian artery, not vein, sorry, artery. I'm sorry, not vein. Left sided intersegmental artery number 7, it forms the left sided subclavian artery. Understood this? Now if you see, so as we had seen, wait, I will erase some structures over here. As you can recall that I am using mm, blue color. Okay, you can recall this was your heart like this. It was arch of aorta. So one was the brachiocephalic. So now this brachiocephalic divided into common carotid and subclavian. So this is the brachiocephalic, which is dividing into brachiocephalic artery. Okay, which is dividing into right subclavian and right common carotid. Did you understand? I will use green color. Otherwise, you will mix it with veins. There is nothing about veins today. We are only discussing about arteries. Have you understood? So this is the, I will use black color to label, isn't it? So this is the brachiocephalic artery, which is dividing into, this is the brachiocephalic artery, which is dividing into the right-sided subclavian and right internal carotid. ये हो गया. Then again I'm coming to the blue. Come to the right side of your screen. Here there was a left-sided common carotid. Can you see left-sided common carotid? Then you had the left-sided subclavian from the arch of aorta. So this is the left-sided. Can you see the niche I am drawing? Because this structure, what you are seeing, I will use the black color. This is your arch of aorta. Are you understanding? This is your arch of aorta. तो आर्च ऑफ अयोटा के राइट साइड के इनिशियल पार्ट में से कौन निकला है? ब्रेकियोसेफेलिक आर्टरी. देन नेक्स्ट कौन निकला है इधर से? लेफ्ट साइडेड कॉमन कैरोटिड आर्टरी. और यहां से कौन निकला है? लेफ्ट साइडेड सबक्लेवियन आर्टरी. अंडरस्टूड? Have you understood? Simple it is, easy it is. Rest all regress. Okay, now fifth one also regressed. This was the fifth one. You saw it. Now sixth one, what happens? Now I will use blue color or blue color. Okay. So what happens? This initial part of the sixth arch on both the sides, it is developing the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery fused to form pulmonary trunk. तो अभी pulmonary trunk कौन से साइड के इसमें रहता है? This is your heart. So this right side के चेम्बर में, वेंट्रिकल में, राइट वेंट्रिकल में से कौन निकलता है? Pulmonary trunk. It divides into left and right pulmonary artery. Now this pulmonary artery is called carrying the deoxygenated blood. So we show it in purple color. I'm not having purple color here, so I'm showing it in blue color. Now this initial part of the sixth pharyngeal artery, it develops into the pulmonary artery. Rest part regresses. So I will use the green color. See this in rest part, that is the distal part of the sixth arch, it regresses. Understood? See, this is your sixth arch. The distal part, it regresses. But on the other side, if you see this part, that is on the left side, sixth arch, this part does not regress. It forms, I mean, regresses, but its remnant is there. That is ductus arteriosus. Are you understanding? Ductus arteriosus. So this is how we are doing it. So this first arch regress, second arch regress, third arch form the internal carotid artery, fourth arch on the left side form the arch of aorta, on the right side it form the brachiocephalic artery, and then initial part, and then it forms the right subclavian artery. This one, are you able to see it? Okay. And then the fifth arch regressed. Yes, this fifth arch is regressing on both the sides. Sixth arch is forming what? The initial part or the proximal part of the sixth arch, it is forming nothing but the pulmonary artery on either side and fusing. And then the distal part of the sixth arch, that is this one, this is getting regressed on the right side, or on the left side it is forming nothing but the ductus arteriosus. Understood? Ductus arteriosus. So I hope you have understood this. And this right left sided, this arch of aorta continues below. Are you able to see it? Yes. Now we will see that though this first arch, second arch, third arch, they have regressed. Not third arch, sorry, first, second and fifth arch, they have regressed. Still they form some or the other structure. So I will make a table of it so that you understand. Okay. I will clear all this. So if you see that, I will make a table. This is the first arch, second arch, third arch, fourth arch, fifth arch, and sixth arch. And we will divide this into right and left. Okay. So here what we will do? We will write the structures of the right side. Here we will write the left arch arteries. So on both right and left, the first arch, it forms part of maxillary artery. Maxillary artery, you just remember that it is actually a branch of external carotid artery. Okay, it is a branch of external carotid artery. We will discuss it when we will talk about external carotid artery. Okay, maxillary artery. Uska khali ek part is formed. Though first pharyngeal artery regresses, but it just forms the part of the maxillary artery on both the sides, right and left. Are you able to understand this? Or the second arch. The second arch, it forms the part of stapedial artery. Part of stapedial artery. Artery to the stapes bone, the smallest bone of your body. Ear ossicle. The third arch, as you all know, on the right side, it is forming the beginning of internal carotid artery beginning, and the common carotid artery completely. If you can recall that diagram, see like this it was. So this was the third arch, right? Third arch. So it formed the beginning of the internal carotid artery, and it forms the complete common carotid artery on the right side. And on the left side, what is happening? It is doing the same thing, same. Now on the fourth arch, what happened? On the right side, it became the right subclavian artery, right subclavian artery. And on the left side, here, left side, what happened? Left side, what happened? Left side, it developed the initial part of the arch of aorta. Now, arch of aorta, how much part? If you can recall the diagram this way, see, this was the third arch, either niche this way. So, either क्या 7 segmental artery, which is forming the left-sided subclavian artery, left side का. So, if you see this, ये इधर से लेके किधर, this common carotid, isn't it? Common carotid to the subclavian artery. This segment is of the arch of aorta. Now, arch of aorta is on this side also, which is giving the brachiocephalic artery on the right side. But this segment between the left common carotid artery to the left subclavian artery, this is formed by which arch? Fourth pharyngeal arch. This is arch of aorta. Only this much part of arch of aorta. I am not able to write it here. Please understand. Only this part of arch of aorta. Okay. Now fifth, it got regressed. So fifth completely it got regressed. Nothing is there. And in the sixth one, if you see, so what we will do? Okay, sixth one. I will use yellow color. So sixth one, what happened? Sixth one on the right side, it is forming what? It is forming the initial part. The proximal part is forming the pulmonary artery of the right side, and proximal part here is forming the pulmonary artery of the left side. But one more additional thing is the ductus arteriosus. Now there is no place to write. If I write here, you just understand. It is the ductus arteriosus. What I will do, I will first wait. I will save this photograph. Then I will erase this. And if you can see, yeah. So ductus arteriosus. Ductus arteriosus. This is formed by the distal part of the sixth pharyngeal arch artery. Have you understood this? Have you understood this table? You can take down this table if you can take a screenshot. I am not talking about the development of heart, development of the septum, because the cardiac septum, because all this is the ventricular septum and the atrial septum, because all this has been taught to you in the college during the teaching of thorax. So we are only discussing. But just to give a fair idea about from where this is all coming, I'll just tell you. See, initially, actually the heart is in this position. It is like a tube actually. Yes, it's actually a tube. Just to revise you the thoracic part of the embryology of the heart, and I am explaining you this. Okay, so this is the initial segment. If, as you can see, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it should be like this. So if you see this, this is the initial segment. Now, 1, 2, and 3. Now this part is the aortic sac. Aortic sac के नीचे truncus arteriosus. This is there in embryology you have studied in thorax. Truncus arteriosus. Okay. And this is the single heart tube. Single heart tube. Okay. Single heart tube of the single heart. Okay. Now, if you see this, this is the right dorsal arch, and this is the left dorsal arch, and these are nothing but the horns. I will use red color. These are nothing but the, see, this segment. This is the aortic sac, as I have written here, and this part which I am shading in red, this is nothing but these are the two horns of the aortic sac. Horns of aortic sac. Getting this? Now these horns of aortic sac, they will form pharyngeal arch arteries. They will form pharyngeal arch arteries. Means how it will form? I will save this diagram and then I will tell you how it will form. See this. I will now just very shortly draw this. Asa hota. Okay, just try to understand. So these arch arteries, no, this, as I was telling you, this segment, now these are getting into arch arteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this, they will form the pharyngeal arch arteries on both the sides. And then that from the third one, from this third one, what develops? External carotid artery. Then this goes as internal carotid artery. I will use another color. I'll use yellow color. So this third one, from the third one here, external carotid develops. Here, this is the common carotid, and this comes the internal carotid. And below here is the brachiocephalic. Same on the other side. This third one becomes the fourth one becomes the arch of aorta. Here, fourth one becomes the subclavian. Are you able to make it? See, I will label it in black. This is first arch, second arch, third arch, fourth arch, fifth arch, sixth arch. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. This is how all this develops. Are you understanding? And then what happens? These actually, they are, I will draw in red color, I will draw in the green color. They actually, these dorsal arches, actually these come and fuse like this. They come and fuse like this and form the common. Then this one regresses and this continues as the arch of aorta. Are you understanding how this figure is getting developed into this. Are you understanding how the development is happening? So I hope you have understood this concept. And one more important point is that we learned that this fourth arch, if you can see this on the right side, this fourth arch is developing into subclavian V set. Actually, subclavian is not just formed by the fourth arch artery. I will tell you. This is a MCQ question, so you can I will tell you. Fourth arch of right side plus right dorsal arch म्हणजे ते जे असं उभं होतं आणि मधून थर्ड आणि फोर्थ सी दिस वॉज द थर्ड this became the internal carotid and this is the fourth, this became the subclavian. Do you recall this? So wait, I will draw this. So this is the external carotid artery. So what happened is this is the third arch, this is the fourth arch. So this is becoming subclavian. So fourth arch is contributing. Then this right dorsal, can you see this right dorsal arch? This right dorsal arch is also contributing in the formation of this right subclavian, right subclavian vein. And one more thing, that is the right intersegmental artery. I told you there is an intersegmental artery here on both the sides. So this is there, right intersegmental artery. So there are three structures which are forming the. These are the three structures which are forming what? They are forming the right subclavian artery. Are you able to see it? Right subclavian artery. This is an MCQ question. They will ask you, all of the following contribute to the formation of the right subclavian artery except fourth arch artery, right dorsal arch artery, and right intercostal intersegmental artery, and they will say right third arch artery, or they will give you some other name. Okay, so this way you should, and this external carotid artery, as I said, this external carotid artery on the both side, it is not a derivation of any pharyngeal arch artery. It's a new bud of artery developing from this third arch here. So it is also called as de novo. You might have heard this word de novo in cholesterol formation in biochemistry or lipid metabolism. De novo means तिथल्या तिथे बनणे. It is forming there itself. उधर का उधर जो तैयार होता है, जो derive नहीं हो रहा है, de novo. In situ जो बन रहा है उधर, that is called as de novo. So this is the new arch artery. Okay, this is from the third arch artery. It is the de novo branch of the third pharyngeal arch artery. Understood? Okay. Now this as we learned that this arch of dorsal artery arch on the right side, it regresses, and left side it continues, and then it is forming the arch of aorta and the descending aorta. But if this persists, म्हणजे जर का राइट साइडचा aorta regress नाही झाला, the person will have double aorta. You will see it in the X-ray or you will see it in the CT scan. It will have the double aorta. So when it will be there, if the distal portion, the initial portion is forming what? This initial portion is forming the subclavian, right? The fourth arch artery on the right side. But this proximal, the distal part, if this distal part is persisting, it will have a double arch, and distal portion of the right dorsal aorta, if it persists, it is going to form what? It is going to form the double arch aorta. And this is a manufacturing defect. Means what? It's an anomaly. So what you conclude? Persistence of this distal portion of the right and dorsal arch. This dorsal arch, right sided dorsal arch, this distal part, if it persists, this will happen. And what will happen? It will compress the trachea because it's in the middle part. So it will compress the trachea and esophagus, and it will lead to dysphagia and dyspnea. Understood? Simple to understand? Okay. So we end this session for today. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Do you have any doubt?